Yo, what's going on everybody? So today I want to discuss the possibility of the Byakugou being a counter for Boruto and Kawaki's Karma Seal. And for those of you who are unaware, there's some crazy stuff going on in the Boruto manga right now, and the Naruto lore as we know it is going through a bit of a change. Not necessarily a change for the worse, but it's going through a bit of a change, and Naruto as a series already is basically like a bottomless swamp pit of lore. Like, there's so much information about the lore of Naruto that, I mean, you could have several thousands of videos going over the lore. That's how deep a lot of this stuff is, and how in detail a lot of stuff Kishimoto had when he set up the world building. And so when you look at what's going on in the Boruto manga, we're getting information that could very well change a lot of stuff that we think we know in the series. So if you're an anime only viewer, I'm gonna say right now, I'm going over what some people would consider to be mild to moderate spoilers. So I would recommend clicking off this video if you don't want to be spoiled. However, if you are okay with any type of spoilers, or you're thinking about reading the Boruto manga, I would recommend watching this video. So with that being said, if you're still here, I'm assuming you don't care about spoilers. So I was going through and I was rereading the Boruto chapter, and in particular I was paying very close attention to the part of the chapter where Boruto and Kawaki and Naruto and Sarada are speaking, and they're talking about how Boruto and Kawaki's karma isn't inflicting pain on them anymore, because before they were getting a constant source of pain. It was always there. They just learned to deal with it. They learned to ignore it for the most part. And when Sarada takes a look at it, she says that karma mark looks very similar to the jutsu marker that's on my mom's forehead. And Naruto says, yeah, that's called the Byakugou seal, and the 5th Hokage had that as well. And when Kawaki sees it, he immediately brushes it down and says, hey, those marks, they're everywhere. If we just follow every single mark that we see, then we're not going to get any type of information. And that's when Mitsuki just shows up and drops a bombshell on us. Orochimaru, everyone's favorite pedal snake, has been digging up information on Tsunade's Byakugou seal, and it's totally in character, because Orochimaru is the type of person, he wants to know every single thing about every single jutsu. Like he said in the English dub, he's like that guy who wants to know what happens when you mix orange and purple together. He wants to know what color it makes. He wants to know if you can make brand new colors. And so you can bet that the whole time Tsunade was developing that jutsu, he was taking notes on it, and he was digging through, because Tsunade is part Uzumaki, which means that she very well could have learned this jutsu, this seal, by studying some of the stuff that Mito and Hashirama had in their scrolls. This is something that could be a direct possibility, and it give us something I've been dying for a very long time, which is more information about the Uzumaki clan. But what I will say is that the fact that they brought up the Karma Seal in the same breath as the Byakugou, and Boruto is going to speak with Tsunade about it, Sarada is going to speak with Sakura about the Byakugou, I know this is going to piss some people off, because people already feel like Boruto is getting handout after handout after handout. However, I think Boruto learning the basics for how the Byakugou works, I think that might be a way for him to get control over the karma to a point where he isn't feeling the pain, and maybe finds a way to counter it, because those markers are very similar. And one of the things that you have to take into account is when you read series like Naruto, sometimes, in particular when it comes to Masashi Kishimoto's work, if it seems like it's too obvious, if it seems like it's something that, no, that can't be it, that's absolutely what it is. That's absolutely what it is. A big part of the reason why back in the day, a lot of people who were reading the manga when it was coming out flat out refused to believe that Tobi was Obito, was because they said it was too obvious. They said Kishimoto would never do that. And then in the 3 chapters leading up to chapter 600, when you get Obito's flashback, when you see him at the academy and he's watching Kakashi graduate to being a Chunin and then becoming a Jonin, when you look at the chapters leading up to it, the hits just became so in your face. People said, oh my god, I cannot believe this. And yet all the small hints before that were so in your face that at this point people said it's too obvious. And so I'm taking the same stance here. I'm taking the exact same stance here. The marks are similar, but they operate in different functions. They operate in completely different functions, and yet there's some similarities in the design. There's similarities in what each of these marks do. So I do think that this could be something that if Boruto learned how to use, it could on one hand allow him to gain control over his karma, maybe even suppress it. On the other hand, if he learns it, it's going to piss people off because Boruto gets another overpowered jutsu to his arsenal. People are already calling him a custom created character, so I totally get that part. But I do think that having maybe Sarada learn the Byakugou and use it as a way, in some kind of way, because again, Boruto's retconning so much stuff right now, I wouldn't put it past Kodachi to do this, but maybe having Sarada use it as a way to help Boruto gain better grasp of the power that he's got using the Byakugou, it could be really good, because the whole time we've seen Boruto, he's talked about being Sarada's shadow, supporting Sarada as a Hokage. Well, in this instance, we can have Sarada actually supporting Boruto, as Boruto is going down his own path, finding his own ninja way, because Sarada already has her ninja way, Boruto's finding his. So I do think that we could see a scenario where the Byakugou is used as a way to counter. It's just a matter of how they're going to execute it. But I want to know from you guys, do you think that the Byakugou could be used as a way to counter the Boruto and Kawaki karma seal? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day, guys.